Hello students, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us for the preliminary round of the Bursa Investment Challenge. Gentle reminder, kehadiran anda hari ini amat penting, jadi sila pastikan anda allow us to identify you daripada sekolah mana dan juga nama penuh anda. So please pastikan anda rename yourself. Okay, make sure that your name as well as your school name jelas untuk kami ambil kehadiran anda pada hari ini. Kehadiran anda pada hari ini amat penting kerana sekiranya kami tidak mendapatkan kehadiran anda, anda tidak akan mendapat sijil anda. Alright, saya masih nampak I still see a lot of unknown names in the chat, in the attendees list. Alright, there's admin, there's so many names yang saya dah sebutkan tadi, tapi masih tidak memaklumkan kami which school are you from. So please once again, do not use the Q&A box. Jangan gunakan kotak Q&A untuk memaklumkan kami nama dan juga sekolah anda. Tekan butang more, klik chat dan chat box akan appear. So anda tuliskan your name as well as your school name in the chat box and we will take note of your attendance. Alright, sekali lagi saya ulang, please do not use the Q&A question box because that will be used during the webinar so that the panelists and the host can see your questions and address it accordingly in relation to the preliminary round matters. So if you have issues renaming yourself, sila letakkan dalam webinar chat. Alright, thank you so much.
Hi everyone, good morning. Hi students. So we will be starting very soon. So if you're here, as what my colleague has mentioned earlier, please rename yourself so you can put your full name and your school name in the chat box for us to identify you. Once you've put it in there, don't worry, our team will get your name from the chat box and we will help you change shortly. All right, so don't worry if you see your name has not changed after you put it in the chat box. Don't worry, we will be doing it very soon. And also, if you have your friends who are not on the Zoom yet, right? Maybe they are late or maybe they forgot. Just send a text to all your friends who have signed up and registered for this competition. Tell them we will be starting very soon. So right now the time is 9:58. Hopefully all your friends and everyone will be here by 10:05 because after that we will start today's session, right? So if you have any specific questions later on, right, you will have time to ask questions. Don't worry about the competition, about how it works, about how to do the quiz and so on. We will allocate some time later on to answer all your questions, right? For now, just make sure you've renamed yourself and we are able to identify you. All right, thank you. Right, just another reminder, this Zoom is, the capacity is up to 1,000 packs. So the moment we reach 1,000 packs, you or anyone else who is joining will be redirected to our YouTube page. So if you're watching this session on our YouTube page, please also put in your full name and your school name on the chat box on YouTube, right? So we'll be able to capture your name and be able to identify you as well, right? But of course, it'll be best if you join the Zoom. But if in the event you're unable to be in the Zoom, you can always watch the YouTube as well. So hi students. I hope all of you can hear me. All right. If you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up. Either put it in the chat box or give me a thumbs up so I know that everyone is listening to me. Okay, that's great. So if you can't hear me, please check your mic settings or your speaker settings and make sure you're able to sort that out in order to hear me. All right. Don't worry about the quiz link and all that. We will be giving it to you very, very shortly. As long as you're following this Zoom, we'll be able to give you the link later on Kahoot and tell you how to answer the questions. All right. And for those who are renaming yourself, you're putting your name and your school name, please put it in the chat box and not on the Q&A section. Right. So the chat box, you can go, you click more at the bottom of your screen, your Zoom screen, go to the chat box and put in your full name and your school name. That's the way we will use to identify and help you change your name later on. All right. So we will be starting in about 2 to 3 minutes from now. And so please make sure you have a stable internet connection and you've reminded all your friends. All right. Good morning to all students. Thanks for coming here bright and early on a Saturday to join the Bursa Investment Challenge preliminary round. All right. So if you can hear me, just give a thumbs up. And once again, before I start, just like to remind everyone, the way to rename yourself, if you can't rename yourself, don't worry, just put your full name and your school name according to what I'm sharing on screen in the chat box. Don't put it in the Q&A, put it in the chat box. Once you put in the chat box, don't worry, we will pick it up and we will help you change your name. And we've already identified you. So don't worry too much. As long as you've put it in the chat box, we will help you change. If it's not changed, don't worry, we will pick it up later and help you change later on. All right, because you want to know what's your full name and where you are from. All right, so we will start today's session. Thanks for all the students for joining in, and I hope you're prepared for the quiz for today. This is the first round of the quiz, and this is actually the first time JA Malaysia is actually working together with Bursa Malaysia and LifeChamp to run this Bursa Investment Challenge for high school students. So I hope you all are excited. I hope you all have read up your material and prepared for this quiz. Now, before we start, I would just like to invite Miss A.A. Deepa, who is the Senior Vice President of Education and Investor Development at Bursa, to just say her welcoming remarks. So, Deepa?
Thank you, Roshan. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Great. Good morning, everyone. I'm pleased to welcome you to the preliminary round of Bursa Investment Challenge 2023. This is the very first time that Bursa Malaysia is conducting such a challenge for secondary school students. By the way, I'm in the car. Please don't mind me. I was out. So, but regardless, I'm very happy to be here with you all at this moment. I'm actually very pleased to inform that we had close to 2,000 students who had registered for this challenge. It is very encouraging to know that these students are keen to learn more about financial literacy and investment in the capital market. This is the very first time we are doing, so we are also very excited, just like you. This challenge is organized to nurture you to understand more about financial and investment literacy in Malaysia. This is part of our ongoing effort to engage, educate, and empower a future generation of informed investors. This challenge covers topics related to financial literacy and investment in the equities market. I hope you are well prepared. Don't worry. I'm sure you will do well. And if you are unable to move to the next round, please do not be dejected. This is your very first attempt. You can always try again when we do this next year. I am sure you have visited Bursa Academy in preparation for the challenge. Please continue to visit the portal because we have put up a lot of content for you to learn more about the capital market and share the information with your friends and family members. Students, again, I'm sure you're very excited, waiting for the moment to start. I shall not take up too much of your time. I would like to wish all of you today the best of luck in this competition. Give your best, and I'm sure you will do well. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our esteemed broker partners, Affin Hwang Investment Bank, CGS CIMB Securities, Hong Leong Investment Bank, and UOB Kay Hian Securities for their generous contribution towards the prizes. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. All the best.
Thank you, Ms. Deepa. Right, students, so there was Ms. Deepa from Bursa Malaysia. With her support and from the team from Bursa and LifeChamp, we are able to actually run this program for all students. So I hope you're excited. Right, now the next part of today's session, right? I'm sure you all want to know how you all can answer the questions, what you're going to do, what is the quiz like, and so on. All right, so now let's get into it. Let me just share my screen. I'm just going to give you some brief guidelines about the competition overall so that you're reminded of it. And after that, we're going to go through what the Kahoot would look like. So what are the details of the Kahoot? How will you join? How will you put your name, your email address, and so on. All right, so I hope you're listening in. Okay. All right. So I hope you can see my screen. Okay, let's go. All right, so first things first, please ensure that you have a stable internet connection. Now, I know some of you all may be difficult. Some of you all are using your laptops. Some of you all are using your handphone devices. It's fine. You can use your handphone, you can use a laptop, you can use a computer, but just make sure you have a stable internet connection because you'll be using Kahoot. And if you're on the Zoom, you would need to follow some of the instructions given here. right? So try your best to have a stable internet connection, especially during the quiz later on, during when you join Kahoot later on. All right. So that is the first requirement, right? That you need to have. If I go to the next one, all right. So there will be 20 multiple choice questions, right? We will give you, so if you know how Kahoot works, we will give you some time. You will have some time, a few seconds to actually answer all the questions. And the moment you see it on your screen, you will have to answer as quickly as possible. Once the time is up, you won't be actually, we will move on to the next question. All right. So just remember that. So it won't take too long, right? So if you're wondering if you got tuition or if you have to go anywhere else, once we start the quiz, which is scheduled to start somewhere around 10:30 or 10:35, it will take about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to answer all the questions, all the quiz questions. Okay. Now, if you have any specific questions, right? If you have specific questions regarding the quiz, regarding the competition, right? You don't know how to do, or you've got a question, put it in the Q&A box. If you're changing your name and you're letting us know your full name and your school name, put it in the chat box. All right, so differentiate the two because we don't want to mix up the two information. Anything regarding the competition and the quiz, you put it in the Q&A. Anything regarding changing your name, please put it in the chat box. All right. So we will be choosing the top 200 students, the top 200 participants to move on to the next round, which is the semi-final round. So you know, we had the webinar, which was 2 weeks ago, and then we have the preliminary round, and then the next one will be the semi-finals, and the last final is the grand finale, right? So from today, whoever who's watching in today, whoever's joining the quiz today, we will select the top 200 students to actually join the next round, right? So it depends on how many of you all get, more correct answers. Okay. So I hope you have studied. I hope you've read up. Now, as mentioned earlier, this Zoom capacity is only up to 1,000 people. So once we reach 1,000 on the Zoom, you will be redirected to the YouTube, to our YouTube channel. So JM Malaysia's YouTube channel, you can watch the same thing on the YouTube live, right? But just remember, when you're on YouTube live, there is going to be a delay as well, right? So whatever I'm saying right here, if you're watching on YouTube, you're actually hearing it 10 or 20 seconds later. So just remember that. That is crucial, that you know that there's a 20 to 20 seconds delay when you watch it on YouTube live. Okay, so we have about 860 participants on this webinar currently. So there's plenty of room for any other student to actually join until we reach 1,000 participants. Okay, so just inform your friends if anybody suddenly gets stuck or whatever, then just remind them, just go to the YouTube and can follow the instructions from there. Okay, so just want to remind you again, this is the winning prizes that you will be getting if you win the in the grand finale. If you win the number 1 or your number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, this is the winner. This is the prize money that you'll be getting now. Please be reminded, this cash prize is not cash prize that will be sent directly to you, right? It will be, this money will be deposited into your central, your CDS account, right? Where you will be actually creating one. If you're obviously, if you're under 18, you will be creating one using your parents' name. And then, so CDS account, I'm sure if you read up, right? CDS account is basically like your trading account. So this money will be deposited into your CDS account, and then you will be able to start trading. You'll be able to start applying what you've learned through this quiz, right? So that's the cash prize. Again, all right, so next one. Okay, so next one, I will actually like to invite one of our partners. I would like to invite actually Stella from LifeChamp to go through what will entail and what will happen during the quiz. So this part is very important, students. You need to listen to Stella, and she's going to brief you about how to use Kahoot, what to do when you join Kahoot, and how will the questions come later on in a short while. Okay, Stella, it's all yours.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Roshan. Hi, everyone. I'm Stella from LifeChamp. Now, I wanted to present some information about the Kahoot before we begin the quiz. So for those who are using a laptop, please access to kahoot.it to log in. If you are using a mobile device, you can simply download the Kahoot apps. Roshan, you can click next. If you encounter any issue entering your full name, please use your registered email for identification purposes. Please take note that here are some of the important dates. Only the semi-finalists will proceed to the semi-final round scheduled on 15th of August, and only the finalists from semi-final will advance to the grand finale scheduled on 19th of August. Now, allow me to explain the flow of the competition. In a short while, you will be shown a game pin to enter the quiz posted on Kahoot. You may join the Kahoot quiz using the apps or the web browser with any of your electronic devices, such as your mobile phone, tablet, or PC. Once you open the Kahoot, you will need to enter the game pin, which I will show to you later, and also your registered name and email. The game pin shown right now is not the real game pin. We will review the real game pin in a short while. A very important point to highlight here is that the name and email address must be identical to the information that you use to register for the quiz. Even though Kahoot requests for a nickname, it is compulsory for you to insert your registered name. Any incorrect or misaligned information might affect your eligibility to advance to the semi-final. Next. So this is a sample question and answer choices on the screen. You will need to select an answer within the time limit, and only one attempt is allowed for each contestant. And this is what you will see whenever you got the answers correct or incorrect. So how to advance to semi-final? There are a total of 20 questions in the preliminary round. Some are multiple choices questions, while some are true or false questions. You need to strive to answer as many questions correctly as possible in Kahoot quiz. You have up to 20 seconds to answer each question. No bonus marks will be awarded for speedy responses. Approximately top 200 contestants with the highest number of correct answers will advance to the semi-final. Now let me share with you the rules and regulations. Contestants participating in PIC other than the registered email address will be disqualified. Contestants must ensure uninterrupted internet connectivity during participation in PIC. Contestants shall not request for a fresh or continued attempt on grounds of internet connectivity issues. No duplicate username or entry is allowed. Participate in this quiz through only one device. Participating on behalf of another person is not allowed. The organizer reserves the right at its sole discretion to disqualify any contestant that is suspected of committing any forms of frauds. The organizer's decisions are final and absolute. Please refrain from joining and leaving during the session, as this may result in your email address not being captured in our Kahoot report, making it difficult for us to identify you. If you are tuning in from YouTube, Kindly answer the quiz via your Kahoot apps or web browser without referring to the YouTube screen for the question and answer. There is a delay of 10 to 15 seconds on YouTube screen. So do you have any question? Please type your question in the Q&A box so that I can address your question accordingly.
Yes, so thanks, Stella. Thank you so much. So students, if you have any questions, right now is the time to ask any questions related to the sharing that was done by Stella in terms of the quiz, right? So as I mentioned, I want to remind you all what Stella has mentioned, right? When you join the Zoom, we will give you the game pin shortly, right? Whatever you saw on screen earlier is not the real game pin. You can go to the Kahoot now, but they will ask you to put in your game pin. We will share with you later, in a short while, in a few minutes time, right? That's first. Secondly, when you join Kahoot, you'll be asked to put in your name. It will write their nickname and email address. So put in your email address that you have used for registration. Whatever email address you use when you registered for this competition, use the same email address. Secondly, when they ask you to put in your nickname, try to put in your full name. Okay, full name. If Muhammad Ali bin something, put the full name. If in the event they don't allow you to put your long name, right? Just write your name. You'll be able to identify. So example, if your name is Muhammad Ali bin Ahmad, right? And you can't put in the whole thing, just put Muhammad Ali and make sure your email address is the correct email address that you use during registration. All right, so these are the two main characters because that is the only way we'll be able to identify you later on, whether we know that you have answered all the questions correctly and we want to select the students to go to the next round of the competition. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so my colleague Aina will actually just translate in case any student does not understand.
Okay, hello adik-adik. Good morning. Alright, so langkah-langkahnya adalah adik-adik perlu pergi ke web page Kahoot untuk join quiz pada hari ini. Alright, saya pasti ramai yang macam a bit confused. Alright, so jangan risau. When you log in to Kahoot, the first thing yang akan keluar di muka hadapan website tersebut adalah Kahoot ID. We have not informed or released the Kahoot ID yet. Kami belum lagi mengumumkan Kahoot ID tersebut. Jadi sila tunggu di web page tersebut sehingga pengumuman kami. Alright. So, apabila pengumuman dibuat berkenaan dengan Kahoot ID untuk adik-adik semua join competition tersebut, quiz tersebut, alright, kami perlukan bantuan adik-adik untuk mengisi nama penuh dan juga nama sekolah. Sekiranya tidak muat, make sure isi nama pendek, contoh Muhammad Ali, tulis Ali dan juga diikuti dengan nama sekolah. Ini amat penting supaya kami boleh tahu adik daripada sekolah mana dan supaya kami boleh reach out to you sekiranya adik terpilih untuk ke peringkat seterusnya. Saya harap penjelasan ini jelas. Sekali lagi, sekarang saya perlukan everyone on YouTube dan juga Zoom untuk pergi ke Kahoot dan standby di situ. Kemudian kami akan umumkan Kahoot ID untuk adik-adik masuk ke dalam quiz. Dan sebelum masuk, adik-adik akan diminta untuk menulis nama penuh dan juga nama sekolah. Alright, so sekiranya ada isu untuk login, you can just pergi Google and type Kahoot. Okay, type Kahoot di Google dan klik link Kahoot tersebut dan mereka akan direct you to the right page and anda perlu isi Kahoot ID. Sekiranya tak boleh juga, mungkin adik perlu check sama ada your internet connectivity tidak begitu kuat ataupun you need to clear your cache in your computer. Alright, so if you tak boleh, either you tutup Kahoot punya tu and then refresh sekali lagi atau pergi Google dan type Kahoot dan you will be directed to the correct page. Saya harap ini jelas. Alright, over to you, Roshan.
All right, just a few questions coming in. I think some of it we have been answering on the Q&A box, right? So you can either use the Kahoot on the web page or you can download the app. If you're using your phone, you can download the app. If you're using your laptop or computer, just go to kahoot.it and then you'll be able to join in the quiz. right? Now, there's one thing very important here that hopefully you have a good internet connection, because once you join, for example, you join the Kahoot and the quiz starts, suddenly something happens to your internet and then you get kicked out of the Kahoot, right? Or before the quiz starts, you join, suddenly something happens and you get kicked out, right? Now, that is actually going to be a problem, but you can join in back. Okay, you can join in, but if that actually happens, please send us your full name and your email address, right? You can put it in the chat box and let us know that you've been kicked out, right? Because once the quiz starts, we hope nobody leaves the Kahoot, because it will only be for 20 minutes. You'll be able to answer all the questions. If you leave, then we will not be able to detect that you've attended and answered all the questions. All right. So when we start the Zoom, the Kahoot, right, just refer to your Kahoot. Just refer to your computer. Don't look at the Zoom. Don't have to look anywhere. The moment you join with the game pin given to you, just look at your Kahoot and answer all the questions until we finish all the questions. Right. This also applies to those who are on the YouTube. So those who are on YouTube, if you're joining this session, right, remember whatever I'm saying, you're actually hearing it 20 seconds later. So later on, when we give the game pin and you join the Kahoot, just refer to your Kahoot, right? As the questions go from one to the other, just refer to your Kahoot. The Kahoot will be in real time, right? Whatever you hear on the Zoom or if you're hearing on the YouTube, it's actually 10 to 20 seconds delay, right? So just remember that. What if you forgot your Gmail? So Stella, what should students do if they forgot their Gmail that they registered?
I think they can find out and let us know.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that would be the best as well. So go and try to find out if you can, right? If worst comes to worst, you cannot find, put in an email address that you use frequently and put in your full name. We will try our best to identify you later on. All right, we have to go through the registration to see who you are. All right. Are we going to get certificates after finishing this round? Yes, all students who participate in this challenge will receive a certificate. Of course, if you move on to the next round and to the grand finale, you will also get a certificate. All right. Is it okay if I log into my alternative email but I use full name and the nickname? Okay. Now, ideally, you should use the same email as you used for during registration, because we will check the registration and we will check the Kahoot and see whether you registered or not and whether you are a participant of this particular challenge. So if possible, try your level best to use the same email address you used during registration. Okay, when you registered for this competition. All right, if really unable to, then just put in an email address, but make sure your full name is the correct name. Okay, make sure you put in your full name. That means, because sometimes we have people with same names, right? So we want to be able to identify you. That's the only reason. Okay. So if you are here and you've not registered for this competition, now you can still join this competition, but I request you to send in your name and your school name in the chat box so we are able to actually identify you. All right. So the certificate will be e-certificate, which will be given to all students. Yeah, so so on the Kahoot, right? On the Kahoot, you don't necessarily have to put your school name there, because Kahoot won't allow you to put such a long name. Just imagine you put, my name is Roshan, right? So I put Roshan, anak lelaki B Surendranath, SMK, BUD3, for example, right? Kahoot might not allow you to put the long name. So you just put your name. If I can put Roshan, anak lelaki Surendranath, good. If they allow it, good. If they say cannot, I'm just going to put Roshan or Roshan Suren. All right, so remember that. So this being able to identify you as well is the main important thing. So as I mentioned, don't have to write your school name. You most likely you cannot fit all the characters in the Kahoot app. So just write your name. Make sure your email address is the most critical one. Make sure email address is correct and it's the same as registration. Okay, so I have answered most of the questions. All right, any final questions before we show you the game pin? Any final questions before we show you the game pin? Okay, no. So those who are okay, please put just do a reaction. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. All right, give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Those who are on YouTube as well, give me a thumbs up if you're ready and waiting for the game pin for you to join the Kahoot. So what's going to happen? Stella, I think we can go on, right? So what's going to happen, students? Stella is going to share with you the game pin in a very short while, right? She's going to share the game pin. We will only show this game pin for a few minutes. Okay, we will only show it for about 5 minutes, and we hope the moment you get the game pin, quickly go and join your Kahoot, right? And after 5 minutes of showing the game pin, we will actually start the quiz. Right, so the moment you join, you get the game pin, join, and just look at your Kahoot. Okay, I will make an announcement before we start, and when I say start, we will start with the first question, and look at your Kahoot and start answering the questions accordingly. Okay, I hope you understand. Those who are on YouTube as well, make sure you look at your Kahoot. Okay, so Stella, if you're ready, you can share them.
Okay, sure.
Ya Allah, tolong aku.
Wait a moment, yeah.
Yes, so Stella will be sharing the game pin in a very short while, so just be ready. This quiz will be from up to until about 11 o'clock, 11 plus. I don't think we will go until 12. So if you have to go, try to remain until about 11, 11:15. We should finish by then. Okay, so if you can see the game pin on your screen, it is 8240332. 8240332. So put in this code into the Kahoot and put in your email address that you registered with and your name, and just hold on until we start the first question. All right, so I can see people joining already. Okay, 8240332. Look at your devices, look at your phones, look at your web pages. Okay, just look at the Kahoot the moment we start the questions. All right, I can see many people joining. That's good. Okay, that's good. That's good. Keep joining. Keep joining. For those who have joined the Kahoot, just remain there. Okay, remain there. Try not to go out to any other. Try not to use any other apps or whatever, just in case you lose the connection. So just remain on the Kahoot, right? And we will keep showing the spin for the next 3 to 4 minutes. So just remain online, and I will make an announcement shortly to show the first question. Remember, when you join Kahoot, put in your name and put in your email address that you've used during registration. All right, email address used during registration and full name when you join the Zoom. Okay, we have about 780 people who have joined Kahoot. We can keep going. So those who are on YouTube as well, remember I told you there's a delay, right? If you're hearing my voice, there's a 10 to 20 second delay. So Remember, once you join the Kahoot, just refer to the Kahoot. Don't have to refer to the Zoom or hear my voice and so on. Just look at your Kahoot screen. When we change the questions, when we show the questions, you'll be able to see it in real time, same as everybody else. Okay. So we're gonna leave the game pin here for the next maybe 1 minute plus.
I've joined the Kahoot. Join the quiz. Okay.
You have joined the Kahoot. When you join the Kahoot, you'll need to put in the game pin, right? You put in the game pin 824, you can click join game, right? Join game 8240332, then you will be in the room. You'll be able to see everyone joining, everyone's name there. All right. So that means you've already joined. And the moment you see that, when we click start, you will see the questions popping up on your screen. Okay, we'll give another 1 more minute for students to actually join the Kahoot. The code is working. So just go to kahoot.it on whatever device you use. Put in 8240332 on the game pin. For the game pin, and then you will be able to see everyone's name, right? You'll be able to see everyone's name there, all waiting for the questions to come in, right? And then you just remain there. Don't have to do anything. We will let you know when we're starting the first question. Okay, wait for our cue. I'm going to let you know now shortly when we're going to show the first question, right? So just remain wherever you are. Look at your Kahoot, right? Don't go anywhere else. Okay. Okay, so if you're all there, if you're there on the Kahoot, just remain there. Now we're at 10:40. It's been 5 minutes since we showed the game pin. So those who are on YouTube, make sure you're ready. You're looking at your Kahoot, right? Those who are on the Zoom, please look at the Kahoot screens. We will start now. So Stella, we're going to start the first question now, so you can start whenever you are ready. So students, we are starting the quiz now. Look at your Kahoot and answer the questions accordingly. All right, good luck to everyone.
Roshan, can I start now?
Yes, go ahead. Okay. So we are done with the 20 questions. I hope all of y'all were able to answer and follow the Kahoot and answer the questions accordingly. So hope that you have actually answered a lot of right questions, right? If you've got most of it right, we will let you know, and we will let you know if you have advanced into the semifinals. So students, I hope you enjoyed that session, and I hope you managed to answer the questions accordingly. Now, for those who said, if Kahoot is not tracking my email or my name is already taken, as long as you manage to go in and answer the questions, we should be able to track your info. All right, so what we will be doing after this is we will look at the back end of the Kahoot, look at all the people who have joined, and look at all the people who have answered the questions, and we will check how many of y'all have got most answers correct. And from there, we will approximately select the top 200, approximately by 200 of y'all will be selected to go on to the next round. Now, how do you know if you're selected for the next round? You will receive an email from us, right? You will receive an email stating that you have been selected to go on to the next round of the semifinals on the 5th of August. And you should receive the email either in the next 1 to 2 days. So you either will receive it maybe tomorrow or latest on Monday. All right, so check your emails and see if you have been selected to go on to the semifinals of this competition. All right, so the semifinals is going to be on the 5th of August, next Saturday at the same time. All right, 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. You should be free. And we will also provide you with the Zoom information, okay, with the Zoom link and so on your email. All right. So for those of you who selected for the semifinals, you will know via email. And we may get in touch with your teacher as well if we have their contact information. So don't worry about it. I know some of you all may have had trouble joining and so on. So I hope you at least managed to join, right? As mentioned earlier, you should follow the Zoom and you should have at least a stable internet connection to actually answer all these questions. All right. Stella, anything you want to add?
You're muted.
Stella, you're on mute. Sorry. You're on mute.
So for the certificates, we will provide to all the attendees, including the preliminary round, semi-final, and also grand finale.
Yes, correct. So we will be providing you certificates. So just hold on, yeah. You will receive your certificate in the next maybe 2 to 3 weeks from now. Once we go through the final list and get your name and get your school correct and so on, we will send you the certificates accordingly, right? So refer to your email. That's the only way we're going to get in touch with you is via email. So email, very, very important. Okay, so well done to everyone. Does anyone have any last questions regarding the next stage of the competition? You've already done the first round. We will let you know if you've passed to the second round, which is the semifinals on the 5th of August.
And number 2, the one when
So don't worry about, some of you all you have maybe Kahoot is showing you your placing and all that. So don't worry about all that. That is just how Kahoot is showing you. But the actual one is when we look at the back end. So we have a Kahoot report. Okay, we will have a Kahoot report to see how many people got correct and so on. And we will look at the report and announce who got selected. All right, that's first. And second one was? Yeah, so if you see yourself got 20 over 20 correct or 18 or 19 correct or whatever it is, don't worry, we will be doing the checking, right? We'll be doing the checking again. And if you actually are the top 200, we will let you know. Okay, so all the best for everyone. Now remember, before you go, all right, we will be sending you an email if you get selected, and there will be reading materials for the semifinals. So remember, these questions is for the preliminary round. For the semifinals, there is additional reading materials. We will send you the links via email, and you need to go and read these links and read and get yourself prepared for the semifinal round. Remember, yeah, there will be additional reading materials for the semifinal. Okay, so just look at your email, wait for our email from us. You will receive an email from JA Malaysia, and then you will know whether you're selected, and then go and quickly study the material that is provided for you. If you are unable or you did not get an email or you have any questions after this, you can reach out to me via email or via phone number. All right. So you can always reach out to us, and you can always text us and call us if you have any questions. All right. If there's nothing else, thank you very much for joining. Stella, you're good?
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. This is, we are done for the preliminary round, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself. All the best to the people who are going to advance to the next stage. All right. Thank you for joining the Bursa Investment Challenge. No worries if you did not get selected. This is the starting, as what Ms. Deepa mentioned earlier, this is the starting, and you can actually start your own investment journey and your own investments via using Bursa and using the stock market to get ahead of in your life. All right. Thank you, and see you soon. See you.